Let's do this. Let's look at a combination of 39 and 41. So 39 is the old homework, but we're missing a few of our people here. So 39, I did 1. Let's see what Emily thinks for 2.
I have pi over 4.
It is pi over 4. Does anybody need reminded of how number 2 would be pi over 4?
Wait. We're on page 39.
We're on page 39.
That's the 1 to 46 one.
Oh.
So I did 1 was pi over 3. Then Emily just did 2 is pi over 4. Does anybody need help being reminded how to work that group 1 to 8? Then turn your page to 41 and you'll see a 1 to 8. Do that again. Question about that grouping. So let's go back a page then on, I did 9. Let's have Abby tell us 10.
Is it 3.33?
It is not.
Yeah.
We'll try Nathan on 10.
0.94.
It is 0.94. What should happen on that group, anybody? Multiply by pi over 180 like a lot of times. Anybody need help on that group? There's nothing like that on page 41 tonight. Okay, 15, I gave us a 60. 16, we'll pick on Geo.
90.
That is a 90. Does anybody need a reminder of how to do 15, 16, that group? Then let's peek ahead a page to page 42, from 9 to 16. Do that again. Do it again. We talked about, there were 2 systems when we had the notes on Friday. There were 2 systems to measure angles. One of them is back to September, a system called, that's true, degrees. And then the new thing was radians. Does anybody remember what radians were about? That's true, that's how we can get from one to another, but what were radians about?
The radius of a circle.
Sort of that was in there.
Like the circle or the area of one or something.
Something like that. So I'll say this, on the new homework, 42 is where I'm looking. It's talking about finding the exact number of radians if they give you the arc length of a unit circle. And I'll just tell you, check your Friday notes, 17 to 20 should not be difficult. Use a combination of your notes and the back of the book, and you should be able to figure out what's going on 17 to 20. Back to the old page 39, I did 25, so let's have Peyton tell us about 26.
35.52.
35 for sure, and then I'm not sure about the decimal. Let me grab my answer thing, because I'm out of a range where I can do that mentally. 26. Okay, what did you say, 35.52? That seems good, yeah, I agree with that. Anybody need some help to produce that answer? There's nothing like that on the new page. Okay, 31, we started to use the trig chart like a lot of times. 32, volunteer, used the trig chart and came up with some kind of answer. Anybody, 32?
Negative root 2 over 2.
It is negative root 2 over 2. Does anybody need assistance on anything from 31 to the end? We'll do an answer exchange once we get the rest of our group reassembled another day, but 31 to the end, stuff gave you trouble?
42.
Okay, so 42, pi is the same as 180. 180 shares an axis with
0.
0. So look up cosine of 0 on your chart
Oh.
and then square it.
Okay.
Look up sine of 0 on your chart and then square it. Since you're squaring it, you don't have to worry about negatives because squaring will make all things
Positive.
positive. And so then we'll just add together the squared results. Okay. Anybody, squaring's nice because it takes away all the sign uncertainty. Maybe it's negative, maybe it's positive. I would assume about half of this homework should have negative answers. Like from 31 to the end, about half of them should be negative because SAC-T said so. If you never had any negatives, you probably forgot SAC-T and probably half your answers are wrong. Squaring takes away that possibility though, so that's kind of nice. Anything else 31 to the end that's problematic to people's careers? Okay, so then let's fully switch our focus up to page 42. We already covered up to 20, sort of just doing what we had been doing on the last assignment. 21 to 38 is just more trig chart usage. About half of them are going to be negative again today because of the quadrant you're in, all that kind of stuff. Let me do 39. So what's going to happen new here in this world is this 39 to the end part, but up to 38 is just basically an instant replay of the homework you did over the weekend. So 39, they ask you to find a decimal approximation. That means you are going to use your calculator. Anything that says decimal approximation is calculator time. Anything that says exact, you're probably not using your calculator. You're using a trig chart or drawing a picture or something. Can anybody tell me what you think sine of 0.74 is if you use your calculator? What's that?
0.01.
Disagree.
Be sure to put your calculator.
47.73.
Nope.
What number?
39.
You have to put it in radian mode.
There you go. Peyton's got the advice for the group from the parentheses. In case the parentheses and the exclamation point weren't enough, maybe Peyton is. Be sure to put your calculator in the radian mode. And here starts our adventure where in trig, you'll want to be in radian mode sometimes. In physics, you never will. How do you put your calculator in the radian mode? Hit mode, which is up toward the top. And then I think it's the second choice down.
Yep.
Radian versus degree. We need to select ourselves to radian and get out of there.
Is that the second quit?
Second quit should let you out. I think clear might let you out.
Yeah,
Okay.
And then we'll retry.
0.67.
0.67. They want to go 4 digits.
43.
0.6743 is a winner. What's the next one that might give people problems?
42.
Why will 42 give us problems? Okay, so we're going to have to flip. Does anybody have a recollection of what button does flipping for you?
Second.
Disagree?
The X,
To the negative
the
one.
negative
X to
one.
the negative 1. The X to the negative 1 button is our official button of flipping. Does anybody have a thought as to when to hit that button here? Like what's going to be our process for 42?
Don't you do, like, you just do the tan, the 7.8, enter, and
Yes.
then flip it?
Yeah, that's correct. So we're going to go tan, 7.8, hit enter, then the flip it button, and hit enter again. Anytime you're doing normal trig, if a flip has to occur, it will happen last. You'll do all your other stuff and then flip last. Think about 21 to 38. On the 21 to 38 group, when you're using your chart, if they sneak a secant or something in, you do all the normal math and then you wait to flip until the very last thing. That's still happening when you use your calculator. If you have to flip when you're doing normal triggy stuff, flip at the very, very end. 42 an answer?
0.0540.
That is a win. Anybody mad at 39 to 46? Okay, the game changes on 47 because there's a new little punctuation symbol, which is the -1. Does that -1 have anything to do with the X to the -1 button that we just pushed?
No.
It does not. What does this -1 in the trig book refer to? Inverses. Inverses find you angles. What calculator button is that?
Second.
Second. Okay, so 47 to 54, we're doing yellow button. every time. Might you still flip?
Yes.
Yeah, but not every time, okay? So 39 second button, the 39 group, 39 to 46, never second button. 47 to 54 inverses, always a second button. Both groups, maybe a flip, 50-50. For 47, anybody have an answer?
0.6700.
0.6700. That doesn't feel like an angle to you anymore because it's no longer giving you an angle in degrees. It's giving you an angle in radians, and that doesn't have as much meaning. If that came back to you like 63 or something, like that feels like an angle to you, like a 63-degree angle. That's no longer a thing that you can use to self-check. Like you just, the numbers are random now. 0.6700 is correct for 47. What's the next one that would give us pause? 49. Why is 49 bad news?
Using cotan.
Because it's a cotan, which means we're gonna have to flip. In terms of sequencing this, when does the flip occur for this group? Not last. First. Normal trig, we do the flip last. Inverse trig, we're doing the opposite stuff and they're doing it in the opposite order as well. If something has to be flipped, it's going to be flipped first. Okay, so what 47 is saying to you in fewer words by using symbols, 47 was saying, we have done the sine, it's 0.6210, figure out what our angle was. On 49, they're saying, we have done a cotan, and it came out 1.345. Figure out what the angle is. When we first learned this in chapter 1, I talked about the idea of exchanges. Christmas season coming upon us soon. Someone gives you a bad gift that you don't want, you take it back to the store and you exchange it for credit or a gift card or another item or something. They're giving you a bad gift here. 49, they're trying to say, here, we're going to give you cotan. And what you want to do on 49 is say, no thanks. I'll exchange that by flipping it. So 49, we'd go 1.345, flip button, hit enter. And now you no longer have a cotan. Cotan's flipped friend is 10. So now we do it like we would do a tan problem. You would hit second, tan,
Then the answer.
and then that answer needs to go back in. 49 answer. .6393 is a winner. We go up to 54, and that's a wrap, I think, for what I probably need to tell you, unless you're still confused, and then I'll say some more stuff. Does anybody need anything here to navigate this group from 1 to 54?
Sequence of buttons again on 49.
49 was 1.345 flipped to exchange it.
Okay.
Then second tan, answer.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else to clarify on the group to 54? Well, that's a wrap.